Right, hello, it's another day of LSAT prep with Tony. I'm here in my secretly undisclosed testing location. Okay, it's our guest room. But I had to get out of my office because it's not quiet enough there. Well, it's quiet enough, but it's near the kitchen, and I don't want to ask my kids to be like, shh, all the time, shh, dads, walk on eggshells in your own house. I don't like that. Let the kids play, man. So I found a place, out of the way of the house where I got my little testing sign that I put up when I'm testing here. You can see that there. Testing, please pray for Dad and be quiet. So that's what would I use. Anyway, hello. Welcome to another day of LSAT Prep with Tone. I'm here about to do a practice test, 2-section test, and I thought I'd do a little update. I've been using the spreadsheet that I talked to you about, and I want to show you that today. Just to kind of give some background on that. So Ravi, my tutor, told me that I ought to be practicing and reviewing in a certain way. And I've only had one session with him. I'll have another session when I feel like it's time. I only have, I think, maybe 2 more that I bought, and so I don't think I want to use them until I really need his help. I'm using his program right now, and I don't think I need any input. I'll if I find that I'm not making any headway on score increase, then I'll get back in touch with him. But for now, haven't been using it long enough. But I mentioned the spreadsheet that I made, and I wanted to show that to you guys. I really don't have a lot to report. I actually took a few days off. I've had a couple of weeks of some intermittent days off where my parents came for birthday parties, and then we had a camping trip this last weekend. So I did only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of last week, and I didn't do a prep test at all last week. So August 14th test cycle is coming up. I am scheduled for Sunday at 11. That's the 15th. So maybe you can tell me where you're scheduled to test. I know that this is not going to be my only one, so I'm already planning, or I've already executed a plan that is going to result in me testing again in October. I have foregone full load of classes this fall, so I'm now just in 2 online classes in the second half of the first term and 1 live class for the entire term. And so I am going to be doing 1 class during the process of the LSAT, of this lead up to the October test date. So not ideal, but that's where I'm at. So that's where we're going to be. And that's what I have to deal with. And some people say that a little pressure is not a bad thing, makes you kind of get more efficient. So I've just been kind of camping and really diving deep on things, and might be time to come up to the surface for a little bit of air now and get a little pressure. So let me show you this spreadsheet real quick. I'm going to sound, see if this helps. The reason I'm doing this on my phone is that the phone's so much better camera, and I think it'll be better for you to watch. Okay, so here we are. This is a copy of the notes that Ravi did during our testing or our tutoring session. And the first part here is just an example of what blind review is. So what he said to do is, okay, you take your logical reasoning section, and this is your, you flag the questions that you aren't 100% confident in your answer. Anything that you're like, man, I got to guess that because I got to go, but I'm not real sure about it, you flag it. Okay, so these are all the flagged questions. Then you then you go in after you've done that section, or in my case, sometimes I'm doing 2 sections, and I'll go on and do the next testing section, but then come back and do my blind review. And this is the process of blind review. So what you'll do here, sorry for the shaking, I'm doing my best here. This is your original answer. So you'll go through, you haven't looked at your score yet, you don't know whether you've gotten them right or wrong, but you go in, you look at your original answers, you write down, and I do this one at a time, my original answer, And then the blind review process is, okay, this is my original answer. I don't know if it's right or not, but I'm going to read the question again, look at all the answers again, and really, unlimited amount of time, figure out what I am, what I think what my best guess at the right answer is. And so this is just an example. You go through, this is Ravi's notes again. Say you changed your answer on 4 or 5 of them. You had missed 8 on your original, but with your blind review process, you would only miss 3. So that is the blind review process. The next thing he told me about was a practice session, practice and review process. So here we have, I did my testing session with him on a Tuesday, so he said, we'll start tomorrow, and this will be your deal. So you're first on practice test 52, sections 1 and 2, and then you're on blind review and review. After you do that, then you drill logic games 6 on practice test 6, and then, logic games, that's an L, that's a G. Logic games practice test 1, blind review and review. Okay, so you can see here 52, 53, 50, and that's kind of the way that goes. And then we have practice test 1 and 2 on logic games. As it goes on, you have, oh, thanks, Tommy. 51. I don't know why he went backwards there, but let me just get this over here a little bit. Okay, so 51, 53, 55. Oh, I'm sorry. It's the handwriting here. Section 1 and Section 2, Section 3 and Section 4. So now we're looking at a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can see the week. Okay, so we've got practice test 54, 54, 55, 55, 56 is the full test. So that's the week altogether. You have practice test. You're doing 2 sections of a practice test in the morning, and then you're doing 1 other section in the afternoon. And you're doing blind review and review of all those sections each day. So you have 54, 54, 55, 55, and then your full practice test and blind review on Friday. And so as you can see, the logic games sections are starting from practice test 1 and going up. You can see practice test 3 here, practice test 4 there. And then logical reasoning and reading comp are going in reverse order from where we started. So we started at 51. Now we're going in reverse order, 51, 51, and then you'll be 49 or 50 and 49, etc. So I took that sort of algorithm and created a schedule for myself. And I made this to where there are some tests that I've already taken, so I had to skip those. Like you can see here, I skipped from 69 to 73 because all the 70, 71, 72, I've taken them already. Or I've taken enough of them that it would be senseless to take that test again. Anything that I've taken anything more than like 5 or 6% of, I just call that one that I've seen too much of, because you don't want inflated scores. It just doesn't help you at all. Save those for drilling. So that's the process that's the schedule. And then we have drill records here. These are logical reasoning drill records, and you can see I've got question number here, and then my original answer, blind review answer, and then if I want to put reason for change, and then out to the end, you can see we go, okay, I originally had -11, but then after I did my blind review process, and then I looked at the actual score, I saw that I would have gotten 3 more right. And on this one, it would have not changed at all. So the blind review process, I like it. I think it's helpful. Why it's helpful? I think it's just because you're looking at each question that you got wrong, or each question that you were uncertain about your answer. You're looking at them several times, because after I do this process, this blind review process, then I go and do the full review process, which is to answer 3 questions. And those questions are: number 1, why is the answer that I chose a horrible answer choice? Number 2, why is the correct answer perfect? And number 3, how can I avoid making that mistake again? So that's the full review process. I go through the whole test that way. It's kind of a little, maybe not perfect on the logic games section as much. I mean, just because it's, once you see the right answer, it's kind of obvious. I do go ahead. I'm not making it through all the games, so I work through the games that I just go ahead and work through them as a practice. When I'm done with the review process, or when I'm in the review process, I'll just go work through the games. I seem to be picking up some headway on reading comp, so that's turning into one of my stronger areas. And logic games is doing pretty well too. Like this -7 that you just saw, that would have been a really, really good score. That would be like, 19 to 18, 19, 20 questions correct. That would be in the 75th percentile, I think. So that would be good if I could produce that on a test. So we'll see. I'm going to do an actual practice test this Friday. We'll see what kind of progress I've made in 2 weeks. Well, of kind of doing this process, not absolutely, but in my schedule, I'm going to do this full week, and next week I think is a partial week again, and then I actually go on a week of vacation where I'm not going to do much. I'll do some. I won't completely drop it, but I will take a little break. And then it's the long haul. When I get back, I'm back into school, and it's the long haul into the actual LSAT. So if you would like me to share that spreadsheet with you, I guess show you here real quick. Here's another one that we do is timing. So what you do is you're supposed to, on your notes, on your kind of like note sheets that you're using, you take down how long it took you to, like you take down your time signature at the point when you're done reading, and then when you're done taking questions, and then you total it up for each of the sections. You do that for reading comp and logic games, and that just kind of helps you start getting an idea of where you're at on timing, and maybe help you a little better with tracking. Like you're taking the test, and if you're just fully focused on the test, you're not as aware of timing. But if you're in the process of having been taking a note of the time while you practiced, then you'll be more aware of the time in the test. I think that's the idea. So we do that for both reading comprehension and logic games. And then I have made this logical reasoning wrong answer choices section. So I kind of, whenever I get something wrong, I try to summarize why I got it wrong and try to keep track of that. So this has been maybe not helpful from an evaluation standpoint, like looking back at it so much as the process of having to categorize it while I'm doing my review. So I don't know how much this will help me, like from a standpoint of strategically studying, but it's definitely helping me from a standpoint of having to categorize why I got things wrong. And then finally, I have my test results deal where I'm tracking by section how much my scores are. So as I say, happy to share this spreadsheet with you. You definitely have to change it around for your own purposes. But just let me know in the comments if you want me to share it, and I'll do so. I'll make it, I'll turn it into a Google Drive thing or something like that. I don't know if Google Drive will take Excel spreadsheets. I've never tried that. So anyway, I would spend a few minutes if it would help you to see that thing. Just let me know if you want it, and I'll throw it up there, and that may help you some. So that's the whole process. Point of this is helping me by verbally processing, helping you by having a friend that you're looking at who's also doing the process that you're doing, and helping others in the future while this video stays in cyberspace forever. So, have a great day, crush the LSAT, and lace up the comments with anything that you'd like to see in future weekly videos, and like and comment. Yeah. dislike. I don't care. Be a lawyer. I'm probably going to get people who don't like me. So there we go.